Okay, folks, let's go. We've got to hurry it up. We've got to get this commercial on tape. Got to be done by 6.
What'd you say?
He what?
Sure, I understand.
Where's that dog food can? Find the dog food can. It's got to be there in the set someplace.
What'd you say? Where?
Hello? Is this thing on?
Now listen to me.
Is this thing on? Are you listening to me out there?
You're not communicating.
And once your dog gets a mouthful of golden...
Okay, everybody, let's go. Let's do it. Put the slate in, please. Can you remember the slate? The slate?
Scene 3, take 12.
Henry, turn the can a little. No, turn it. Turn it the other way. Up. No, up, around and over. That's it. Okay. Action.
And once your dog gets a mouthful of golden chunks, he'll never settle for anything less.
Cut. No, Henry. I don't think you understand. You're not listening to me. Wait a minute. Well, we've got to have more charisma. Charisma. That's right. Give me more. Charisma is exactly what we need.
Charisma?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, about 30% more. I'd say about 30% more. Would be right. Yeah.
30% more charisma?
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Okay, let's try one. Are we rolling?
Still rolling.
Okay, this is a good one. Let's do it. Mark it.
Golden chunk, scene 3, take 13.
And action.
And once your dog gets a mouthful of golden chunks, he'll never settle for anything less.
Henry, I don't think you understand me. Well, it's got to have more of a macho feeling. Macho, that's right. Macho, tough but nice.
Tough but nice?
Well, you know, kind of hard edge. It's kind of hard edge, but with a soft feeling, but not too much. Okay, let's go.
Hard edge with a soft feeling. Tough but nice. 30% more charisma.
Come on, Henry. Come on, let's do it. We've got to get going.
Mr. Farber.
Yeah. What?
What do you want me to do?
I just told you what I wanted you to do. I just told you.
What you just told me makes about as much sense as...
Now, well, listen, if you just pay attention to me, if you pay attention to what I'm saying...
Mr. Farber, we have a minor technical difficulty. Could we take a break?
What? Oh, all right. Take a break.
Tough but nice. 30% more charisma. I think the director and I have a problem. A breakdown in communication. What does it take to communicate? Well, first you got to start with 2 people. There's the one that does the talking. That's the sender. And there's a person that does the listening. That's the receiver. Communication starts with an idea, right here, in the sender's mind. The sender has to translate that idea into words that become a message. That message is sent to the receiver, and he has to translate that message back into an idea. When this idea and this one are the same, communication is perfect. Things can go wrong anywhere along the path, and when they do, there's a communication breakdown. Mr. Farber and I had a communication breakdown because he didn't organize his thoughts. Messages like soft but hard and 30% more charisma can't be translated into action. To communicate clearly, you have to think clearly, and that's just one example of how things can go wrong. Communication breakdowns happen all the time to everybody. Sometimes they're just little misunderstandings, but sometimes poor communication can have some painful consequences. A communication breakdown can mean the loss of a friend. Poor communication skills can lead to the loss of a job. And the lack of communication can even cause the destruction of a family. Communication is something we do every day. So why aren't we better at it? It's because we don't take the time and effort to practice some basic communication skills. Some of them are really simple as choosing the right time and place.
How's it going, Frank? Looks like fun. Say, I was wondering, do you think you'll get a chance to talk to your boss today about my transfer? Because if I could get an appointment with him tomorrow, it would really be a big help. And also, I was thinking that if you could kind of, you know, put in a good word for me, right? Frank, right?
Right.
So I'll give you a call, say, about 2 o'clock, and find out when I should come in.
Oh, hi, Barbara.
He hasn't heard anything I've said. This is important.
Sure, it's important. To you. But what about Frank? He's trying to do a job here, you know. You really think he wants to talk about your career?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, you should know. Listen, you're so wrapped up in your own plans, you're not thinking about your listener. You've picked the wrong time and place to deliver your message.
What am I supposed to do, read his mind?
No, but you might try to put yourself in his place for a minute. Try to figure out whether he's ready to hear what you have to say.
Well, if this isn't the right time and place, when is?
Why don't you ask him? Barbara had an idea. She translated that idea into words. But she wasn't sensitive enough to her listener. He had too much going on in his own mind. There wasn't any room left for her message. This kind of breakdown can happen for other reasons. The listener may be in the wrong mood or simply just tired. The more sensitive you are to your listener's attitudes and feelings, the better you'll be at getting your message across. Knowing your listener, the most crucial skill in communication. And here's an example to show just how important it can be.
It looks nice, but it sure is complicated.
Oh, it's not complicated at all. You see, right here's your on-off switch.
Oh, well, that's simple enough.
Here's your input select switch. You know, phono, tape, auxiliary, and tape monitor so that you can monitor off your tape deck while you're recording.
Monitor.
Loudness contour, you know, pumps in a little extra at the high and low end. Fantastic unit. 30 watts RMS and less than 0.05 THD. I can give you a good price on it.
No, I don't think it's quite what I had in mind. Maybe I'll look around some more.
Did you spot the breakdown? Looks like you've lost a sale.
I guess so. I can't understand it.
Why don't we ask your customer?
I was afraid it was going to be too complicated. Then when he started with all that mumbo-jumbo about the controls, I was sure it was too complicated.
I was just giving her the basic controls and the specs. That's not mumbo-jumbo. That's simple stuff.
Jonathan, one person's simple is another person's mumbo-jumbo. Your customer doesn't speak stereo talk. Before you can communicate with someone, you've got to speak the same language. Make sure that the words you use are understandable to the other person. In this case, that means finding out how much she knows about the subject.
But I don't have all day to spend with a customer trying to find out.
It will only take a few minutes. Come on, I'll show you. Hi, can I help you?
Hi, can I help you?
It sure looks nice, but it's so complicated.
Do you have a stereo system now?
Do you have a stereo system now?
No, just a regular record player, but it doesn't sound too good. I'd like to get something better, like these here, but I don't know anything about them.
You see, a few simple questions and she's told you she doesn't know much about stereos. Now you're able to talk to her at a level she can understand. That's communication. It takes some effort to learn your listener's level of knowledge, but that effort is the difference between a good communicator and a poor one. It's all part of getting to know your listener. In this case, making sure that the words you use are understandable to the other person.
Okay. Yeah, Friday, 3. What do you mean, what do
Hi, this is Sam.
Hi, Sam. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you.
I'm out now, and I'll return your call as soon as I get back. When you hear the tone, just leave your name and number.
Yeah, Sam, I just wanted to tell you that Call you later. You probably had an experience like this one. Why is it we find it so difficult to talk to machines? It's because there's a very important part of communication missing. Feedback. What is feedback? It's a way of finding out whether your message has been received. Watch.
Oh, it's not complicated at all. See, right here's your on-off switch.
Oh, well, that's simple enough.
Right there. When she said that's simple enough, she was telling Jonathan that she understands. Now that's feedback. But feedback doesn't have to be verbal.
Fantastic unit. 30 watts RMS, less than 0.05 THD.
In this case, she's sending Jonathan a different message, one that says she doesn't understand him. This kind of feedback is called non-verbal feedback. It's important. It may be the only way to find out if a message has been received and understood. Feedback is happening all the time. In this conversation, Jonathan's customer was sending him messages constantly. If Jonathan had been a skilled communicator, he would have recognized these signs that he wasn't being understood. Even no response is a kind of feedback. Remember Frank and Barbara? Frank was sending messages that Barbara should have recognized. The messages said, "I'm not listening." You see, communication isn't a one-way process at all. It's a two-way process. It's two people trying to share one idea. But let's see what happens if one of those people doesn't really want to share. The whole purpose of communication is to tell others what is going on inside of us, what we want, how we feel, our thoughts. But many of us have a hard time doing that. We're afraid to let others know too much. We build barriers to hide our inner thoughts. For two people to know each other better, they have to lower some of the barriers between them. They have to share. Jane and Michael have been going together for several months. Lately, they've been having a problem caused by a breakdown in communication. One of them has trouble sharing thoughts and feelings in an open and honest way.
Michael, did you have a favorite subject in college?
Favorite subject? Girls. Spend most of my time studying girls.
Be serious. Well, tell me about your classes, the kind of professors that you had.
Hey, do you want to go see a movie?
No, not now, Michael. Michael, how long have we known each other?
A couple of months. Why?
I was thinking, I don't know very much about you.
What do you mean? You know all about me. You know where I work, who my friends are.
Oh, sure, that kind of stuff. No, I mean like what you did in college and what you were like when you were younger. You never want to talk about things like that.
It's not important. Ancient history.
Tell me, Michael, why won't you talk about your college days?
Well, see, I didn't go to college.
So?
So if she knows that, she wouldn't want to go out with me.
How do you figure that?
She goes to college. All her friends go to college. She wouldn't understand.
You say she won't understand. You don't give her the chance to understand. Listen, Michael, she's trying to get to know you, and you won't share your thoughts and feelings.
She might laugh at me.
Michael, real communication can only happen when two people are willing to share their hidden feelings, when they're willing to trust each other.
Make it sound a lot easier than it really is.
I didn't say it was easy, but it makes the difference between communication and small talk. Go on, try it.
Jane?
Yes?
You know about my going to college?
Yes?
Actually, I didn't go to college.
I thought maybe that was it.
You did?
Yeah. Why didn't you go?
Money, mostly. But there were other reasons, too.
What other reasons?
I didn't like school much. I did okay, but I just wasn't the academic type.
I know what you mean. Sometimes I wonder if I'd still be in college if my parents hadn't insisted. Oh, I get so sick of it sometimes.
Just a little trust can sometimes make a big difference. That isn't easy. Most of us have grown up learning to hide our feelings, but a good communicator is someone who is able to let others know how he feels and thinks. It's probably the toughest communication skill of all, and the most rewarding.
Okay, let's go. Let's get back to work, people. How's our tape holding out? Is the lighting okay? Would somebody get me some coffee, please? Is everybody here? Where's Henry? Henry? Would somebody find Henry?
Henry, we'll need you in about 2 minutes.
There's much more to communication than the examples I've shown you here, but you've got some of the basic ideas. If you use them, you'll be a better communicator.
I think I know now which...
Like Jonathan, you have to take the time to find out how much your listener knows.
Do you have a stereo system now?
No, just a regular record player. But it doesn't sound too good.
Well, do you know the difference between a record player and a stereo system?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's start at the beginning then.
Jonathan has learned a valuable lesson. Take a little time. Ask a few questions to find out how much your listener knows. And don't forget feedback. Look for the signs that tell you whether your message has been received and understood. As someone once said, there's a time and place for everything. That includes communication.
Frank, could I come and talk to you a little later today? I've got something important I'd like to discuss.
I should be done around 2. Let's do it then.
Think about your listener. Is he or she ready to hear what you have to say? And remember, real communication depends on being open and honest, being able to share your feelings, and to trust another person.
By the time I graduated high school, my dad wasn't doing so well financially, so I thought I'd go out and get a job and help support the family.
Okay, people, we're rolling in 30 seconds.
I've got to go now. But remember what I've said. Think about your listener. How much does he know? Have you chosen the right time and place? Are you willing to share your feelings? And do you take the time and effort to express yourself clearly?
Okay, let's go. Let's get back to work, everybody. Let me see camera 2 again, please. All right. You got a level there? Let's go. Where's the script? Jack, show Henry that script again so he doesn't forget. Okay, people, let's go. Let's get going. We got to be out of here in an hour. Jack, come back to the booth. We don't need a slate. Now, remember, we got to have a little more charisma. We got to have that hard edge with a soft feeling.
Mr. Farber.
What?
We're not communicating.
What do you mean? I'm talking, you're listening.
But that's not communication. I don't understand your words. What do you mean, a touch more charisma?
Well, what I mean is, I'd like a little more enthusiasm and a little more vitality.
Okay. And how can something be hard-edged with a soft feeling?
Well, what I mean is, it should be forceful, but with a smile.
Great. You see, if you take your time and use simple words, the message can come through a lot more clearly.
I think I see what you mean. How about trying the commercial again?
I'm ready.
Action.
And once your dog gets a mouthful of golden chunks, he'll never settle for anything less.
That was just fine.
Just fine?
Quite good.
Quite good?
Henry, it was perfect. Now am I communicating?
Now you're communicating.